Hello, my name is Lam and welcome to my channel, Books Truly. For today's video, I want to introduce you guys to some of the books that I feel are really suitable for you to read when you're experiencing a reading slump. For example, like when you don't have the motivation to read anything, or when you want to read but you don't have enough time. If you're experiencing those feelings, then I believe that this video is exactly what you need. Before we continue to the video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. That will help me a lot. And if you have anything you want to recommend to me to read, or if you have any feelings and thoughts about the books that I'm about to introduce to you in this video, then make sure to give a comment down below. The first book that I want to recommend to you guys to read when you're experiencing a reading slump is no other than The Secret Garden by Frances Hudson Burnett. This book was written 100 years ago already, but it has never lost its popularity. The book is about a girl called Mary who was brought from India to Britain after her parents both died. And as the story goes on, we get to explore a new life with Mary. Like, she was so used to life in India that she's kind of clueless. She doesn't know what to do with her life in England, in Britain anymore. Even though this book is a classic children's book, I believe that it is also suitable for adults to read it, or even more so. When you're an adult, you can appreciate this book more than when you're a kid. Because when you've grown up, I think you started to appreciate the little things more, and you find beauty in a lot of things that people consider normal or small, and that's what this book is about. It's contained of all the small beautiful things. The next book I want to introduce to you guys has a completely different yet very similar vibe to the first book. And this book is called Sea Lit, or There Is No Lit in the Sea. It's by a Japanese author called Banana Yoshimoto. This is the Vietnamese cover of it, and I believe you can find the English cover anywhere too. If the first book talks about stuff like the trees, flowers, the birds, the garden, and things like that, then in this book, in Sea Lit, you will find the ocean, the sun, the moon, and beautiful creatures outside in the wild. If I have to say one thing about this book, then I think I'm gonna say that it's a very healing book. It's about two girls who find each other, and at first they thought that they are very different because from the way they look to the way they talk and act are different from each other. One is very soft spoken when the other is more of a free spirit. But then after they get to know more about each other as the story progresses, they find out that they are actually the same. As you can see, I love this book a lot because I bookmarked almost all the pages. Yeah. I think what I can say about this book is that you really feel like you're there in the book with them, with the two people here. Even if you're just sitting alone in your room reading it, you can actually feel like you are there in summer, at the ocean with these two characters. And I think that's what makes the readers feel a really strong bond with the characters as well. Here's the final book that I want to introduce to you in this video. For this book, I don't have a physical copy of it, so I'm gonna leave the cover of the book here in case you want to search for it. It's called The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. In comparison to the first two books, which are The Secret Garden and There Is No Lit on the Sea, this book is more of, I think it has a heavier vibe because it's not simply just a story that happens in the garden or in the sea anymore, but it's a really long and kind of dark story about a lot of people who eventually will come together. When you first begin with the book, you are introduced into a village where the villagers live a life really dark and gloomy, like it feels like there's something constantly looming above their heads. We are told that a curse was casted on the whole village, and in order to avoid the curse to happen, the only thing that they can do is to sacrifice a child to the evil witch who lived in the forest every year. But the witch is actually a really kind and nice witch, and she doesn't know why the people in the village keeps abandoning children, but she takes the children because she doesn't want them to starve to death in the cold winter in the jungle. So she brought those children to another town, another village, in order for them to be adopted by nice families and grow up normal. Since the witch wants to bring the children from the village to the town, she has to cross over a forest. And since the forest is really big, she usually keeps the child alive and energetic by feeding them the milk from the stars. Like she would literally take the energy from the stars and put them into the child's mouth in order to feed them. But then one time when she was bringing yet another child from the village to the town, she was so tired, and so the witch accidentally feed the child with the energy from the moon instead of the stars. Since the moon's energy is a lot stronger than the stars, the witch decided to keep that child and raise her as her own instead of giving her to the people in the town. There are of course more secrets in the book that you will get to explore together with the people in the book as the story progresses. But overall, it is a really heartwarming story about love and family. And I do feel like this book is really suitable for people who are experiencing a stage in their life where they're going through and dealing with grief, especially grief that comes from a member in their family, because I was also experiencing something along the line of that when I picked up this book as well. And I felt like it came to me at the right time, and it really soothed my soul a lot, because the words in the books and the feelings, the love that the characters in the book have for each other was really warming, to be honest. And I just love this book a lot. So those are the 3 books that I want to introduce you guys if you are experiencing a reading slump. They are all really fast-paced reads. You can easily read them in 2 or 3 days, or even with like a book that's short, like There's No Lid in the Sea, you can just read them in one afternoon, that's all. And they're all really good books as well. So I hope that you will take my recommendation and start reading those books. Thank you for watching my videos. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have anything to say to me. Thank you, and see you next time.